We were pretty famous back in high school. Trust us.
Had a whole future ahead of us, but now we suck.
All that potential now is flowing in the aqueducts.
Through the sands of time, many did forget.
But now our time has come to resurrect. But a podcast?
Sad I know, but can you blame us?
We are desperate to be much more than high school famous.
There we go. Now we're recording.
Whoa, don't tell him.
Oh, shit. Sorry. I'll cut that out.
Yeah, cut me out. Hey, everyone, let's get started. Welcome to High School Famous, the podcast inching ever closer to the enchanted cauldron of naughty airplane stew. I'm Sean.
Matt.
And
your intros are getting, I don't want to say worse, but I do want to say worse at the same time.
Well, what's wrong with it?
I don't know. It's just they're getting more incoherent. Not
Matt,
that they ever were coherent.
Well, let's ask our special guest, shall we?
Let's do that.
His name is also Matt. Sorry, Matt.
It's okay.
How should we distinguish the two of you while we're here? Like, how should I address each of you so that we all know who I'm talking to and who each other is talking to?
You can call me Batman.
Got it. Trademarked. Can we do that?
Never mind.
I don't know if we can.
I don't want to infringe on the trademark. You can call me by my last name then.
Riddle.
Riddle
So what about Riddler? No? That's probably also a touchy, a touchy area.
The thin line.
Yeah.
The Hamburglar?
The
I
Shamburglar?
propose that you didn't, if I'm being honest here.
Yeah.
Riddle's fine.
Riddle.
I mean,
I'll
I'll
go
say,
with that.
if I say Matt, it's fine. It's more so when Sean says it, that's the only part, that time that's going to be confusing.
Yeah. So Matt will say Matt. So Matt Schlegel will say Matt. Matt Riddle will not have to say him.
He can also say Matt if he's trying to address me.
If he says Matt, he's talking to Matt Schlegel.
Yeah.
If I say Matt, I'm talking to Matt Schlegel. But if I say Riddle, I'm talking to Matt Riddle. And if I say Sean, I'm talking to both of you.
Yourself.
I'm talking to myself.
Yeah.
I'm referring to myself to both of you.
You could be talking to yourself as well if you're trying to get your own attention.
Do you often talk in the third person?
I usually just clap really loud, and then my eyes gesture toward where the sound came from, the sound of the clap. So I think I'll just continue to do that because I don't want to get confused.
Right.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Sometimes John has to give himself auditory clues to refocus his attention.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So, Riddle, then, we'll address this to you. Did you find that intro to be particularly incoherent, or could you follow it as it went? I think it was. So I'm not going to give my opinion.
I've been catching up a little bit on the pod here, and is there a formula to the intro? You're taking previous intros and splicing them together.
That happened once.
That happened one time.
So I was under the impression that all of those times were you splicing together previous intros. So I guess that means that I think that they are incoherent.
Great. This particular intro, you also consider to be incoherent.
Yeah, actually,
Sadly enough, this one wasn't just a bunch of weird ones spliced together. This was something he wrote straight up, which makes it that much worse that it's incoherent.
Well, I will still stand by it because the other member of this show, whenever he decides to quote unquote write an intro, he usually plugs it into AI and lets AI write it for him. I've done it a couple of
times. I've written several just off the top of my beautiful little dome. Hater.
Are you guys afraid of GPT taking over your podcast here? I'm severely worried about Chat GPT.
If it did, I think our podcast would get more attention, so I'm actually welcoming it.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, whatever GBT is, Chat GBT is, a lot more well known than this already.
It doesn't seem like you're convinced by that, considering that you couldn't even say what it was.
It's an acronym. If you don't memorize it,
right?
Did you know what it was called?
No, I have no idea what you guys are even talking about right now.
It's some sort of AI. You enter in queries and it gives responses, but it's getting a lot more advanced very quickly.
Yeah. It's learning.
So, like anybody, like anything, it's people are predicting Skynet, and all of a sudden the machines are going to take over.
Yeah, Rise of the Machines.
Because of this program can write a joke.
Well, I mean, you learn if you study enough about joke history and joke writing and theory behind jokes, anybody can write a great joke. So I'm sure a program can learn through that really quickly because it can take that information in a lot faster and actually hold it and reaccess it quicker. So
yeah, but aren't a lot of jokes, written based off of life experiences? And this AI just doesn't have that. That's the missing piece so far. Still,
a lot of jokes can be that way, but there's also just joke format and just different joke theory that a lot of the stuff that is life experience still pulls from, how to create a joke. So I think the idea behind how to make something funny is still there, and life experience just kind of fills in the gaps of all the pieces to make it that. In my humble, uneducated opinion on joke writing.
I don't think I've ever written a joke that was worth telling, but I can say that you said that anybody can write a joke.
Oh, yeah.
And ChatGPT is not anybody. In fact,
that's true. That's true. But speaking of jokes,
have a body at all.
Speaking of jokes, let's get to the dad joke of the week.
What an unintentional segue.
I picked up on it right as you were talking about writing jokes. That's how professional we are here. Mm-hmm. This week's, what was it like before the crowbar was invented?
There was a lot more sober crows?
No, but crows drank at home.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you heard that. I chucked the paper and it hit my empty monster can and made a little ding.
Oh, I didn't hear the ding, but I think that when you throw the card, it should have a zing to it. So that the audience at home knows.
We could add a zing.
Yeah.
Matt, mark that down. We're adding a zing.
Oh, I'm writing it down right now.
No, we have an account with a sound effects website. We will find a zing.
We will throw a zing in there. But a special request from Matt to zing. Yes. Add a zing.
Now, for everyone just so everyone's clear, when Matt just said Matt, he meant Riddle.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't talk about myself specially requesting.
Well, the thing is, Matt Schlegel, I don't know if you remember, but I think you've been told that we sound alike.
Somebody said that.
So I guess what that means is
they had trouble distinguishing which one of us was talking. I'm like, okay.
So based on that, this person maybe just thinks that males sound alike. So this person might have trouble telling all three of us apart right now. It was
a very sexist comment.
Yeah.
It was almost racist because was it just white males sound alike?
Well, do they know our ethnicity? This person?
They know mine, and they might assume yours.
And that is also a little racist.
Oh, that's a different type of oppression altogether.
Yeah,
we're very oppressed here.
Yeah, you guys seem oppressed.
I'm hurting deep down. I don't show it on the surface, but
yeah, a lot of times, that type of stuff scars you beneath the skin.
Oh yeah, and those kind of scars never heal.
True.
Well, so let's tell everybody who Mr. Riddle is. Matt Riddle. Who are you? Who are you, Matt Riddle?
I'm a dude, and I went to high school with you guys when you were famous. And,
no way.
No way. High school.
This podcast, I am the core demographic for this podcast. I was thinking about it. Like, I am directly in your wheelhouse. I was there when you were famous.
That's true. In high school. So would you now to declare ourselves high school famous might have been a little bit I don't know if that's pompous. Pompous is the word. Presumptuous.
See, here's the thing. You can't back down now because that allows me to kind of attach myself to your fame. Nobody knows what my time at Elk River Senior High was like. Did I just dox us? Sorry.
I think we've mentioned our school name.
I think
we
so.
should bleep it out. We should zing over that too.
Oh,
zing over that.
Okay.
Perfect.
Just add a zing to it.
I won't make the zing loud enough to completely muffle it, but it'll be there.
It's a very subtle zing.
It's a very quiet,
very subdued, subtle zing.
Yeah. So the thing is that if you guys were famous then, and I was hanging out in your orbit, then I feel like that makes me famous by proxy. And I just listen, I'll be a coattail rider till the day I die.
So the big question then becomes: have you always felt this way?
Yes.
Not even just okay. So okay. So we haven't talked to you in 20 years.
Yeah,
I would say
it's been a little bit of time. Yeah.
So for those 20 years, I would
probably.
imagine you've been just feeling this adjacent fame. Well, have you done anything with it? Have you tried to do anything with it?
Well, see, I've had a glow. There's no doubt that there's been a glow. My aura has been affected by the fame that I have felt. By
I mean, I can see it. I could see it.
But since it's not necessarily my fame, I didn't want to exploit it too much. I didn't want to name drop. So
that's respectable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to take the high road.
Yeah,
It's definitely
that's the best way to go.
Not our approach.
No.
We name drop constantly.
I name
We
drop
name drop
myself.
people we don't even know.
I named. Oh yeah. I'm like, Mickey Rooney sent me.
Mickey Rooney.
I believe Sean has name dropped Sally Struthers. No, Susan Sarandon. No,
Sally Struthers. Suzanne Summers.
Suzanne Summers. Yep. That was the one.
Well, so
Way off.
I didn't.
Any S famous.
I guess
S
I did
name.
name drop her. If just mentioning that I've had a conversation with her counts. Yes, I name dropped her as well. Chuck Woolery, another gentleman of notable fame
that you've actually had contact with.
I've seen them in person.
Okay.
Can we like back up real quick? So wait, you spoke with the mom from Step by Step?
Correct. Also known as the seller of the Thigh Master.
Yes.
Yeah. So I used to work at this shopping channel at the time it was called Shop NBC. It has now gone through other name changes. Like I know it was Shop HQ at one point, and I think right now it's Evine or Evine Live. But it's the third biggest home shopping network in the country. And so naturally, you get the occasional sort of celebrity guest selling their wares.
Yes.
And so
pomp and circumstance that type of job brings.
Yeah. So for whatever reason, Suzanne Summers had stopped selling her stuff on one of the other two networks. I think they kind of just rotate around. And so she had come to our little station in Eden Prairie. And she was on a monthly rotation. Every month she would come and have a full weekend or so of shows and then head off.
Is she still hawking Thigh Masters?
There was a point where the Thigh Master was up for sale. Yes.
Does she have a multitude of products that she sells? I'm sorry, should we not be talking about this? I don't know what we're supposed to talk about.
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
No set agenda.
So when she first came, I think she has some sort of costume jewelry that she sells. She also sells, it was like these dietary supplements, and I think there was some other exercise equipment besides the Thigh Master. There was some clothing. She kind of had a whole array of things that she sold.
It was like a
winter beak and everything.
Yeah,
like a TV shot yard sale, basically.
Yeah. I mean, it's like anything, when you're of a celebrity status and you have these companies that make these products and they want to attach it to a celebrity's name to get sales. I'm sure that's what it is. I'm sure.
I'm wondering like how much of it was actually like stuff she like had her hand like deeply in, like she designed the jewelry or anything like that, or was it just jewelry that had her name attached to it?
I'm sure it's other people designing everything, and she just has her name slapped on it.
Yeah, she just has like a stake in the company or something.
Right. So I think it was when it was her birthday or something. She had a little sort of hangout after the shows, and so we were all hanging out, and I had a little chat with her.
That's cool.
That was about it.
I prefer to think of her as having like an idea lab where she like comes up with these products, and she, so just using her fame is not quite as much fun. I think she's like back there figuring out what her next thing is going to be. I hope so anyway.
Yeah.
It's like she's pouring stuff from beaker to beaker and seeing what happens.
That's exactly right.
It turns into a costume pendant.
Yeah.
These growing cubic zirconias.
Yeah. She's got petri dishes everywhere.
You say
this
costume
one
jewelry,
becomes a blouse.
I immediately just think of like just the chintziest, cruddiest jewelry imaginable being sold at like an exuberant price.
I mean, it wasn't.
It wasn't great.
It wasn't great.
You can say it now. You're detached from
there
that.
Was also
far.
Yeah. I mean, there was even like food mixes. Like I remember there was some sort of cheesecake that was There was a whole. Basically, it was
She
almost like
selling
throw a dart.
cheesecake?
It was almost like throw a dart at something that could be sold to someone, and she had a version of it that had the Suzanne
It
Summers
was like
name
just
on it.
like they had pages of a dictionary on a wall, and they were throwing
Kind of.
darts at it, and any two words that came together.
Yeah. Well, let's
Cheesecake.
not go that far because I mean,
Thigh
if that's
mask.
the case, they got lucky when they landed on cheese and cake. It could have been
Right.
anything, which would have been, yeah, thigh and master.
Right.
Those are pretty random.
Well,
Maybe
it's
that was
like-
in the dart days.
Yeah, you had to figure out which direction the two words sounded better, because master thigh,
Oh yeah, you want to.
that one
Yeah.
wasn't as.
That's called
They couldn't figure
workshopping.
out how to do that one.
Brainstorming, workshopping.
Mhm.
Punching it up.
Yeah, that's when they kind of fine tune it and
Right.
they settle on a name. So yeah. Let's see. Should I name some other? I mean,
This, by the way, we got here because we were asking Matt who he was.
yeah. How
Yeah,
did
so I'm
we?
your classmate.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
because he said how famous we were, and then
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then we,
yeah,
again,
we,
of course, that went to our heads, and we started
ball
talking about
began
ourselves
rolling.
again.
You got it. Yes. When did you? Because you moved in from another state, I believe, or at least you ended up coming into our school district, and I want to say it was 10th grade or 11th grade.
It was 11th grade.
11th
Mhm.
grade,
I got there in the summer before junior year, and I moved from New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
And then I met you guys, and then I felt famous for the rest of my life. And then I moved back to New Hampshire. It was great.
And you were in California for a while too, right?
Yeah. So shockingly, and you guys are going to probably find this to be quite a
Shocking?
surprise, there's not a lot to do in New Hampshire. So when I was, yeah, I know. So when I was 25, I moved to Los Angeles, and I lived there for about 11 years. And now I live in the Lou,
The
the
loo.
gateway to the West.
So the loo is in some areas of the world what's used to refer to a bathroom.
Right. But here in Missouri, it's, one of the biggest cities.
Oh, I see. So you're in the loo, the Missouri Lou. Can we call it that?
Yeah.
The Missouri Lou, hanging out in the Missouri Lou.
Yeah. You're not going to get much of an argument from me. Hanging out here in misery.
Oh.
Anyway,
Ew.
That's
ding 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 ding.
Inside
ding,
Missouri
ding.
joke.
Now with with gems like that, sir, you do not need to ride on our coattails. You
And you say you don't write jokes.
you can
Hey.
definitely bolster your own level of fame from that. One thing I will say is different from high school to now is currently, I know I go back and forth, but currently the three of us are bearded where we were not in high school.
Yeah. I was actually going to mention that I have a lot of beard envy going on right now.
What are you talking about?
Well,
Beard
your
envy.
beard is freaking.
For a guy that could not grow facial hair until he was about 25, as soon as I got it, I'm like, that's not going away.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
because
real
without
good.
it now, my face is short and round.
Well, how do you
There's
even know?
There's barely a chin to be had.
When's the last time you were beardless? How do you even know what it looks like under
Oh
there?
God, the last time I didn't have like a full beard or at least any type of facial hair. Oh God, it's been at least 20 years.
See, now I am looking at the ageless beards in front of me compared to my very aged beard, and that leaves me with a little bit of jealousy.
distinguished. You look distinguished, Sean.
Yeah, there's
Even when I do this.
you
Yeah,
can
actually, the distinguishing traits intensify as you
Yeah,
do that kind
you
of
look
pirate
like
pose.
very like salt of the sea kind of guy there when you do that.
Yeah,
You do
that's
that
not-
one squinty kind of droopy eye thing.
That's not the noise a pirate makes.
Yarr!
I mean, is there
Yarr.
a specific noise that a pirate makes?
I mean, R is the standard go-to pirate
It's-
sound.
But is it?
Yes.
Especially not pirates nowadays, because they're
Whole
much
America.
different. They sound
Oh,
very much
well-
more Somalian.
Well,
They do, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
whoa.
Somalian pirates is a thing. That's not racist for me to say that.
I haven't
don't
heard
know.
about a Somali pirate in a long time. It's been a while. Do we just have
Since
like
that-
bigger
since the
fish to
Tom
fry
Hanks
in the
movie.
world now, or are they still pirating? What's happening with those
Oh,
guys?
I'm sure they're still pirating. Yeah, doesn't go away.
Did Tom Hanks fix that problem for us, or like what happened?
Yeah, Tom Hanks single-handedly took care of Somali pirates.
He's the captain now.
He's the
Yeah.
only one who could pull it off, really.
Probably. He's just so nice. They just wanted to quit.
Who can willingly upset Tom Hanks, right?
Oh, I'm sure people could, they'd be willing to do it.
I'm saying they wouldn't, and if he wants them to stop pirating, they're going to want to appease him and make him happy.
True, yeah.
You're like arguing against your own point you just made about how Tom Hanks...
Didn't Tom Hanks have an outburst? Oh, yeah. He got mad because photographers nearly knocked his wife, Rita Wilson, over.
Oh, I get
I
mad
guess
too.
that's a justified outburst, I guess.
I wouldn't... Yeah, that's not
is that an outburst as much of just like a...
Reaction.
Yeah, reaction. Oh, shit, Tom. Wow, that was out of line.
Top story, Tom Hanks had a human reaction today.
Oh, my God.
He was upset when someone nearly injured his wife.
He does seem very even keel. You know, he doesn't seem like he's an excitable guy necessarily. He seems like he's pretty mellow.
Right.
I think so. I bet you get him talking about World War II and he'll perk up. Maybe he even get a little squealy. He's a history guy. He loves history.
Oh, he does love history, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He collects.
I was just wondering where that was coming from.
He collects like antique typewriters and all this kind of stuff. And
he does do that, huh? I forgot about all that stuff.
I mean, how many like war-centric movies has he been in?
Sean, you know where I heard that he collected typewriters was on a history podcast. He came on and was talking about.
Oh, there you go.
Are you serious?
Man, you just made me remember all of that stuff. I had actively forgotten it, and now it's back.
That's my skill. I conjure up memories, both pleasant and painful.
You can conjure up other people's memories for them.
Yes. Now, Matt Riddle, tell me about the time you lost a pet.
What?
I just talked about how I conjure up both painful and pleasant memories.
Why did you have to go with painful first?
Yeah.
Well, the first one was the typewriter one, the podcast
you know
one.
that wasn't painful.
I guess I
forgot it.
Yeah.
You know what? That was
if Matt himself has lost many a typewriter in the past?
To Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
To Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Like in a bidding war on eBay or typewriter.com. I don't know.
So he didn't lose typewriters that he owned himself. He's he lost the chance to own anti-typewriters because of that greedy, despicable Thomas Hanks.
Because he's just got all that money to just throw around typewriters.
Yeah,
he's got
the typewriter to big Hollywood.
He's got that cast to Scientology, probably.
Is he a Scientologist? Oh,
no,
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think he's got a head on his shoulders and common sense.
So I moved to Los Angeles and became a Scientologist.
And now I type for them.
You type for Scientology?
Yeah, my anti-typewriter. That's the only thing they let you. That's the only thing they let you use is typewriters.
Typewriters?
Yeah, they don't want keystrokes saved in any kind of database or anything like that. They don't want that.
They say because they want to make sure they have a paper trail.
Yeah, well, yeah, we have to have a paper trail.
That's how crazy Scientologists are.
Yeah, we want to be legit. We want to be legit, but do not take that Advil for your headache, sir.
They have a thing against Advil?
I think they have a thing against like medication.
Drugs. Yeah, medication.
Or definitely vaxing.
Oh, of course. But I think it goes beyond that.
So vaxing is kind of a funny thing. Do you guys think this way? Because I was thinking...
I almost got my chest vaxxed.
So I
said that's not where this should go. I thought it was supposed to go in the arm. So I hopped out of that van and left that alley real quick.
Were you getting a back alley vaccination?
It was more the middle of the alley. I wouldn't say it was in the back. It was in the back of the van. Yeah, Matt, shake your head.
I'm just waiting for you to be done.
Be disappointed. Well, Riddle's inquiring about this adventure.
Well, no,
he wasn't. He was going to bring up a completely different actual point that he wanted to ask us.
Please do.
You just fucking went.
No, I was just going to say, I think it's funny because like it started like, and I don't know what your political views are, but I think that we align, but these, like when you used to talk about people that wouldn't get their, children vaccinated or didn't believe in vaccinations, it would conjure up ideas of like a crunchy hippie sort of like, type person. And now if you say anti-vax, it does not conjure that up at all. No. It conjures up a
very
flag
waving or blue
like
collar,
a patriot.
Yeah, patriot. Yeah. Isn't that weird? How just like people are just like I think why I think that's weird is I used to think that it was somebody's like actual ideal, but it's not. It's just to piss other people off. That's why they do that stuff.
Yeah, it seems like it. It's like I feel like they yeah, if it didn't piss people off, they'd probably just be like, yeah, we should probably vax because, this is a bad disease. Blah, blah, blah.
Who was it?
It's like, this is going to make a lot of people mad if I take this stance, so I'm going to do it.
It was
Social media's a fucking whore. I hate it.
Wasn't it Owen Benjamin who he quoted that, when I moved to California, I was a Democrat, and when I left, I was a Republican, and my views never changed, or something like that?
I have no idea.
Basically to say that what each side had changed while he was there. His views didn't change, but because of the way everything else changed, he was now considered the opposite party of when he was when he moved there.
Who said that?
It's this comedian named Owen Benjamin that I don't know how active he is anymore, but yeah.
I thought you meant Owen Wilson. And I was like,
wow.
No.
Yeah, no, he's too busy saying, wow.
Wow.
That's everyone's go-to, Owen Wilson.
It's the one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I feel
the one thing he
now
says.
I feel like I might have lowered the brow of this podcast by going for the obvious joke. Sorry, fellas.
No.
There's the brow is already so low.
Yeah, I can't. You clearly haven't listened to much of this to understand how low this is.
Right.
How low the brow is. So you've been in the loo for how long again?
I got here in 2019.
Okay, so right when the fun began.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Or just before the fun began. Yeah.
So the last year, I felt like I've been like finally seeing the city, because there were so many places I'd never been to, and I wasn't allowed to leave my house and all that. So
yeah. So I guess out of the three of us, I'm the one who hasn't left the state.
Yeah.
Matt, where do you live?
I'm in Chicago.
Ooh, Chicago's nice.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool here.
Yeah,
I also so I've been here since 2016, and for the first 3 years, we were in kind of a neighborhood that was just boring and there really wasn't anything going on. And then right as the pandemic hit, we moved into a much nicer, cooler neighborhood where everything's just kind of within walking distance and everything, but we couldn't do anything. It was just cool neighborhood, nothing to do for a while, but now we can move around fairly freely.
That's good.
And do stuff because, it's dead. COVID doesn't exist anymore, right, Sean? Sorry, are we not mentioning that?
I mean, whatever. I currently have it right now.
Oh my God, how are you? You seem like you feel fine.
So
you're doing great, bro.
I have zero symptoms whatsoever. A coworker had told us that she found out on Thursday that her son has it. And I was like, well, if he has it, she likely does. So I'm just going to go home and test just to see.
Yeah.
And it said positive. And
super responsible of her to tell everybody that Thursday she found out her son has it, but she's still at work.
Well, she left when she found out.
Oh, she left Thursday when she found out?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you she told you on Friday or something.
No. She told us on Thursday and then left. And I finished out the workday, and then I'm like, well, when I go pick up my son, I will have a mask on in the car and everything just in case. And then I got home and tested, and it said positive. So then he's still here, and he's downstairs. We're being separate. So yeah, but this is the second time I've had it, and so far this time, not a single symptom whatsoever. So had that coworker not said anything to us, I very likely would have just had it and not known it.
Yeah,
I think that's why it's such a freaking monster of a virus, is because there are people like you that just walk around infecting people. Have no idea.
Yeah, you asshole.
Hey, look at what you did, you jerk.
Well, to be fair, so far my son is still negative. So we're
well, it's I also had it twice, and my second time was the same. I had zero symptoms. My second time.
Here. I didn't really have a lot of symptoms in my first time either.
Same.
Mine was
my
just
first
lower
one
back pain mostly.
My first one was just a sore throat, and then other than that, I was completely and utterly fine.
The second time I had a sore throat, and I was sitting next to a person that had it at a conference for 3 days. So I was like, well, surely I have COVID. I've got a sore throat. And I tested, and I was negative. So then I waited a couple days, and I had to go to urgent care for something. And I told them this, and they were like, oh, we should test you. Or actually, no, I went that same day. I went to urgent care so I could get a PCR test because my wife didn't believe the at-home test.
Yeah.
So and I was still negative. And then I had to go back there to the urgent care because I jacked up my neck, and they tested me again, and I was positive, but all my symptoms were gone. So it was just,
So weird.
it's really strange.
It's so bizarre. My first time around, I remember my voice started to go. I started to lose my voice a little bit. And so I thought it was like strep or something. I'm like, I didn't know that was a symptom of this. So I went into like a minute clinic, and they're like, I got tested for both strep and that. And they're like, no, you don't have strep, but you do have COVID. I'm like, oh, what? So,
well, it sucked too, because right as the pandemic hit, I got really, really sick, and I ended up having bronchitis. So I'm just like, thanks, bronchitis. Awesome timing during a freaking crazy pandemic where people are dying
when
from
you
a disease.
can't go in when you can't find a moment to be in a hospital because they're just.
I got into a clinic to get tested and stuff, and the whole time I'm sitting there, like, there's people hacking and coughing, and masks weren't really. I think it was right at the beginning where people weren't like telling them we got to wear masks and stuff too at the beginning. So I'm sitting there, somebody's coughing like crazy, and they came out being told they were positive. I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. And then I went in. They didn't even test me. The lady just like looked at me. She's like, no, you got bronchitis. I'm like, are you sure?
I've got a hunch about these things.
So that's
she gave me the bronchitis medication, and I got cleared up. So I'm like, okay. And I used to get bronchitis every year, so I'm like, I believe it.
Oh, okay.
And I'm still not dead, so.
It's so weird to have such confidence when it was so brand new, right?
Right.
To be able to look at someone and go, no, you've got this. I could tell.
Yeah. I'm like, you seem like a trustworthy person, doctor, at a freaking urgent care. I trust you. All right, bye.
Did you talk like that when you were there?
Yeah, it was very, I get really weird at doctor's office.
You seem like a real trustworthy professional.
Something wrong with my penis.
It seems.
I'm afraid to show it to you. Then
It seems like you went through all the years of medical school required for your position.
It's more timid, less pompous. No.
Oh, sorry.
It's more like, I might be sick. If that's okay. If it's okay for me to tell you that.
Breathing. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't normally talk like this. I think it's part of the illness.
I think I'm coming down with something. I woke up talking like this, and I normally don't. I'm usually very baritone, and no, I'm not. I wonder how much this is getting picked up on the mics.
There was, I think it was Howie Mandel, maybe, who had done, because he could do the Bobby's World high voice.
Oh yeah.
I think he said there was a joke about him going to a doctor and talking like that and being like, so I was at a party and everybody started sucking helium on balloons, and that was a couple weeks ago, and it hasn't gone away. I'm starting to kind of freak out.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I broke my ankle in April of 2020, and I've had the same thing as you, Matt, where it's like, where do I go? Everything's shut down. So I called the urgent care and was like, if I go there, am I going to get COVID or whatever? And she was like, there's nobody here, because everything was so locked down. Nobody was going in. And they said I was the second person they had seen that day, and it was like 4:30.
Oh, wow.
So there was a time when they were laying people off from the clinic.
Which is crazy, because then I think it got weird with some of that stuff of either you couldn't get in at all because it was so busy, or they were just stone dead.
Yeah.
And it was like, the urgent care that I go to, actually, it's not just a come and wait. It's you can actually schedule times to go, which I'm like, that's the best urgent care ever. You just schedule a time to go. I mean, you never get seen at the right time anyways, but at least you have a time slot that you're kind of within.
Yeah.
And that's been the best, because there's just not
window?
people sitting there waiting, which is smart, because that's the thing that's always been a problem about urgent care is you got 30 people sitting in the waiting room all coughing on each other.
Yes.
Yeah. And they have to see you based on severity, right?
So based on severity or first come, first serve. So,
Right. But if you're already there for 3 hours, and then someone comes in with, they lost an arm and they're bleeding out, it's like, they get first dibs.
Right, if they're going to urgent care because they lost an arm, they deserve to wait.
Do they?
Yeah, fuck them. Don't go to urgent care with a missing arm.
Yeah, fuck you. If
you deserve to bleed out on the floor, and they should make you mop it up.
Yeah, your decision making is so improper or so poor that the world deserves to go on without you.
How clear-headed would you be if you lost an arm? I wonder.
I mean, I guess that's a fair point, but I don't know that I don't think that urgent care would enter my thought process.
Oh, yeah, losing it. I wouldn't even, hold on. That's the other thing. An ambulance doesn't take you to urgent care. So if you go to urgent care, if you show up at urgent care with a missing arm, you took yourself there. So yes, your judgment is so bad. You definitely deserve to die.
You deserve to die.
Hold on. No. This is a time where you either pack to the gills and you can't take anybody else in, or you're completely empty. Emergency rooms are full. This ambulance is taking you to an urgent care because the emergency rooms can't take on any more patients. Thank you.
Well, then I think the ambulance should crash and everybody in it should also die, because their decision making caused them to take you to an urgent care with a missing limb.
Yeah. But you must not have heard the part I just said about how the emergency rooms were full, and so their better bet to be helped is to be brought to an urgent care. Your better chance of full. Well, you have to go with what's close. We're talking about a time-sensitive situation.
Yeah, but
someone's bleeding out. They can't go, okay, well, you know what? Let's call around. Let's see who's got some openings. Oh, wait, this one's 20 miles away.
Maybe they could take you to a hardware store. They're not going to be able to fix your fucking arm.
Yeah.
So, like, if you take them to the urgent care, what are they going to do for you? Put a Band-Aid on it? Come on.
Yeah.
They got to go to the ER.
I still think they're better equipped than, say, a hardware store.
They've got hardware stores.
Yeah, hardware store. You could make a pretty decent tourniquet, at least.
But you can't at an urgent care.
Yeah, but they're
Okay, Matt, I'm glad that I was creeping out on the ledge, and I'm glad that you followed me with that one.
I'm with you.
Thanks, bro.
Well,
there's glow torches at hardware stores. You can just burn that little sucker shut. Yeah,
I'm sure. Okay. I'm sure
so many options.
These examples you're giving of ways to treat a severed arm at a hardware store can also be facilitated at an urgent care. I can guarantee you.
They can't legally euthanize you at an urgent care.
They can't do that anywhere.
You can't
legally euthanize someone anywhere.
But it's easier to hide a body.
What? Okay.
Yeah,
what's
they
more
have tarps?
What's more? Okay, but what's more suspicious? A dead body at a hardware store or a dead body at an urgent care?
You wrap a dead body up in a tarp at a hardware store. You get that thing out of there, no problem.
Oh, yeah.
You drive the truck in to where the lumber is. I mean, come on, dude. It'd be so easy.
Yeah, they got the big saws in the back to cut the lumber down so you can, get the body into a lot smaller pieces.
Let me just jump in.
Bags
let me just jump in. This whole argument that you guys are both sailing away with is predicated on the idea that the ambulance driver was not thinking clearly enough to bring a patient with a severed arm to an urgent care versus an emergency room. But these are the same two people that are saying it's better to go to a hardware store to hide a dead body than it is to go to a medical facility where people die every day.
Well, because you can't bring... Okay, so the person's dead. You bring the dead body to the urgent care, they're going to start asking questions. Yeah. You bring it to a hardware store.
No one asks any questions at a hardware store. No,
because you know the guy. You know the guy. He's helped you in the past.
Yeah. So the hardware store, is it just a front?
No, it's a legit hardware store. It's just the guy who owns it's a little shady.
Got it. I suppose, and there's no Hippocratic oath being taken at a hardware store.
Right.
Versus if you're in the medical field.
Yeah. There's no
necessarily Hippocratic oath is just more of snitches get stitches.
Yeah, that's the street Hippocratic oath.
Yeah.
It's the street, that's the street Hippocratic oath. Huh. Well, I didn't expect to be so bombarded on this side of things from you two.
Yeah.
It's rare.
Those who both claim to have such common sense.
It's very rare that an argument that happens on this show, Sean is the one that's the straight guy, and
that's the truth.
So you've really Matt's really helped me out here with being the guy who's taking the far irrational approach to the argument.
Yeah, the dynamic has flipped.
It's
two Matts against one Sean.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I always fantasized about.
Man, if you were going by your middle name, Sean, this would be a very confusing
I should do that. I could be. Please call me Matthew for the remainder of this
Matthews.
So we've got Matthew, which is me. We've got Matt, which is Matt. We've got Riddle, which is Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
Done.
And this is Okay.
We should establish this 44 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Well, we could plug this at the beginning. We could just plop this little bit of audio at the very beginning.
That's a good idea.
And then it doesn't get addressed again until later.
Right, until 45 minutes in. You could plop it as something that is played right before the actual theme song starts.
An actual teaser.
Yeah, an actual teaser. We've never done
New
that.
territory.
You guys have a very good theme song, by the way. I like it a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you. We are proud of that. For a while, we were saying that was the best part of the show.
No, I think the witty banter is the best part of the show.
Well, I was saying it was the best part of the show.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm self-deprecating.
Yeah, Sean wrote the lyrics to that before it really had music. Like he had an idea of like kind of how the beat would go, but just like wrote lyrics to an idea of a beat and then gave me that, and then I just wrote the little musical ditty to it, and then we sent it to Josh, and Josh mastered it for us.
He did. Do you know Josh? Are you familiar with a Josh? Last name Gilbertson.
I think he and I met, but I don't think I was hanging out when he was hanging out, if that makes sense.
It's possible.
There was, I think there was, as much as like all the people that Sean and I hung out with, I think there was slightly some different like sectors of people still.
Yeah. There's sort of like a Venn diagram of friends, I guess.
As well.
And I was only really around for like almost 2 years, maybe.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of stuff that kind of happened after. And
one thing, Matt Riddle, I will say is, I don't know, Matt, if you agree, but I think that Matt and Matthew sound the same, but Riddle, your voice to me sounds very different from what I remember.
We were in high school. Really?
To me, you sound more just bloomer? Like adulty, and you sound more like a man.
You sound like a mature person compared to us.
I don't mean it to sound that way, but
I turned 40 2 weeks ago. So
hey, we're all 40.
We're all 40.
Oh, that's right. You're
all downhill from here.
You were an 83 baby.
That's true.
Oh, yeah. That's
true.
Sean and I were late 82 babies.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, that was the weird
you
thing
can look up
because
online.
Sean and I were always kind of amongst the older in our class, just based on the fact that our birthdays were very early in the start of the school year. So I'm not sure what the cutoff is, like where the cutoff for each like class gets, but it's
because you said 2 weeks ago, so that means your birthday's in March. Travis, we know, was born in June of '83, and he was the grade after us. So it must be
somewhere like mid, probably somewhere.
Oh yeah, he was the grade
in
after
the mid
us,
part of the year.
Yeah,
there's the cutoff for.
I was hanging out with. We're talking about Travis Ramsey,
correct?
Mm-hmm.
I was hanging out with him in L.A. for a hot minute there.
that must have been kind of cool.
It was way cool. Yeah,
you said you guys would go on hikes and shit. Yeah,
because I don't remember how long he was out there. He was out there for a few years at least.
Yeah, a couple of years,
I think.
Yeah, it was. I don't know how long it was, but it was cool that he was around. I mean, it's not an easy place to just show up and kind of get along.
Yeah, he kind of fell into the job working on commercial sets.
That's a PA stuff. I think.
He's like a PA.
Which sounds like a cool job, but then also sounds like a super annoying job at the same time.
Yeah, you're kind of like a gopher.
Yeah. In some
deal
ways,
with some cool people and some real terrible people.
Yeah. In some small ways, my job at the shopping channel, there was some PA aspects to it. You're getting people coffee, and you're getting people that they want this and that.
And you're wearing the little headset.
Wearing the headset, getting directions from the director, and all this kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, there's a guy in my band who was also in LA for like a decade or whatever, and he was a PA, and he said that he'd end up having to drive famous people around, and they were just complete dickheads. It's just like this poor guy's getting paid very small amount of money just to be berated by like a B-list celebrity or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
Corey Feldman.
Yeah, to me that would be the worst ones. The kind of pseudo celebrities that are just pricks because they have a tiny bit of fame.
Yeah, but they're not. They're bitter because they're not like superstars, and so they take it out on the underlings.
Yeah,
because the stories
there's a lot of the. Do you have any idea who I am? Type attitude.
Even if I know, if I even know who somebody is, and they say that, I would just be like, no, I don't care who you are. I don't know who you are. I don't care who you are.
I don't even really like celebrities don't register on my radar. Like I don't even recognize that they're in the room or whatever. Cause like when you're there, like you'll just run into these people and And it's just strange. My wife though has like sixth sense about it. Like she'll just be like, Someone famous is they're there. That's who was it? It was who's the girl in Underworld? Kate Beckinsale.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were like walking down in this like outdoor mall thing, and she's like, "Wait a minute, Kate Beckinsale's over there." I was like, "Okay." I didn't even look like her to me when I saw her. So,
like
now I'm sure she has other qualities, and you didn't marry her just for that because that's, in my opinion, that's a pretty useless skill.
Yeah. Well, how dare you?
Wow, Sean.
I'm safely hundreds.
That's
of
my
miles.
wife, Sean.
I know, but I'm safely hundreds of miles away. I have the power of the internet anonymity to protect me, even though there's nothing.
What's the anonymity here?
But that part's not really here now. But I guess I'm just padded by the distance. I can't be physically harmed by you because of the distance between us.
Yeah, it's like a 45-minute flight.
Right, but
I mean, all kinds of Southwest miles. Broseph.
Ooh.
Broseph was my father's name.
That's hilarious.
Middle name Joseph was really weird.
Yeah,
Broseph Joseph. Well, I don't know. Do we want to do this dumb quiz now?
Yeah, let's do this dumb quiz.
It's dumb. Yes. So I looked up a couple things. One of them was like, I wanted to find an interesting quiz that was like, how boring am I, or how embarrassing am I? Mm-hmm. But I came across this very strange one that was, what embarrassing moment of my life are you?
Oh, I am not in the right quiz.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Hold on.
What?
Going into it. Gonna find it.
So wait, what is the quiz about, Sean?
It's supposed to be, what embarrassing moment of my life are you?
Are you? Okay, from your life.
Yeah, but it's not me. It's just whoever made the quiz. So is that not what you saw when you opened the link?
Oh, no, I did open it. Sorry, the first question. I was on the first question, and I thought that was what the quiz was called.
No,
I'm not in the right spot at all.
No, that's likely. But yeah, whenever you entered your name, that's when it told you the title of that quiz.
Yes, got it.
Does this have to do with your like repressed memory skill of pulling that out of people? Which embarrassing moment from my life are you?
It has all to do with that. So what we'll do is, you guys can each see the questions and you can see the choices of answers. I will just read everything aloud so that the listener can know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So first question, hopefully it's all the same for everyone. What trope would you most enjoy in a fan fiction right now?
Okay.
Now the answers might be in different order. But so for me, it says the first one is soulmate AU, which I don't quite know what that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's fake dating. There's amnesia.
Mm-hmm.
There's enemies to friends to lovers.
Right.
There's seemingly unrequited pining.
Ooh.
And miscommunication. So I will select amnesia.
I have also selected amnesia.
I'm going to select enemies to friends to lovers.
That's
nice.
Resulting in amnesia. No.
Yes.
All right. Next question.
I'm going to fuck your memories away.
Gross, but hot. We've all hit next. What song from my throwback playlist would you love to listen to right now?
Ooh.
Bet on It by Zac Efron. Nobody's Perfect by Hannah Montana.
Don't know.
Come Clean by Hilary Duff.
Don't know it.
Potential Breakup Song by Allie and AJ.
Don't know it.
Beautiful Soul by Jesse McCartney.
No clue.
Or All Star by Smash Mouth. If you pick based solely on familiarity, I think we're all going to pick All Star by Smash Mouth.
That's what I was going to say. Are you trying to like point us in the right direction here, Sean?
No. So I will. Let me just. Matt knows this, but Riddle doesn't. I didn't make this quiz.
Yeah, no. This was.
I just found it and found it to be so bizarre that I'm like, well, this will be interesting enough.
That kicks things up a notch. Okay.
So
now I'm on the right page.
Based on just being different, I'm going to pick Nobody's Perfect by Hannah Montana.
Oh, you would.
Yes, that's why I did.
You always like the best of both worlds.
I'm guessing that's something referencing the show Hannah Montana.
Yes, it is.
That you know for some reason.
Because she was both Miley Cyrus and Hannah Montana in that show. Hannah Montana was her stage name, and she would wear a wig.
I know the premise. I know the premise of the show, but I didn't know that if Best of Both Worlds was like a tagline or something. Or
it's like in the theme song.
You know the theme song.
I know that part of the theme song.
Great. So we all made our choices?
Yeah.
The two of you chose All Star by Smash Mouth?
Yes.
I mean,
I don't want to listen to it, but of all of those, I guess it would be the least miserable thing to listen to.
Yeah, well, it hurt me a little bit to choose Smash Mouth or All Star by Smash Mouth, but
so Matt, I will ask you this: if you don't know the other songs, how do you know that the others would be painful to listen to?
Because I at least know the artists,
okay,
and the genres of music.
But what this is significant, what this is also representing is your lack of interest in new experiences.
None of those would be new experiences. They're all like
you've never heard them before.
Throwbacks.
You've never heard them before.
But they're throwbacks.
To this person.
Well, yeah, well.
For you, it would be a new experience to listen to any of these songs except for All Star by Smash Mouth.
Right. But it asked me what throwback would I prefer to listen to. So of all those, that would be the least. Because that would be the only throwback for me because it's the only one I've heard.
For all of us, so I'm actually answering this question dishonestly if I'm saying that a song I've never heard before is the throwback song I want. So I almost
start the quiz.
I almost have to choose All Star by Smash Mouth.
Yeah.
I'm going to change my answer.
Oh, there you go.
Just to comply with the question.
Yeah.
I for one find your honesty refreshing. So
I think you're a fucking sheep.
It's because my honesty is lemon scented.
Yes.
All right.
That sounds like a good band name, by the way. Lemon Scented Honesty.
Ooh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
The silence is Sean and I writing something down.
Correct. Don't worry. Yes. Don't feel the need to fill the dead air.
Don't worry. It won't be there later.
Don't worry. It will be all right in the end. Which other embarrassing moment from my life do you most relate to?
Okay.
Going by a completely different name on the internet for like 5 years.
Oh, how embarrassing.
Not knowing how to take a fucking shot and having a coughing fit after.
Oh, loser.
What a
embarrassing.
What a noob. Still listening to Wizard Rock. It's 2020.
I have no idea what Wizard Rock is.
I'm intrigued by Wizard Rock, though.
I know.
Is that like Zeppelin when they sing about...
It's probably the Harry Potter theme music or something.
I was going to say like Zeppelin when he's singing about Lord of the Rings and shit.
It could be Wizard Rock, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that's kind of timeless. I mean, who cares?
Oh, it's very timeless, yeah.
Skipping, there's timeless. They transcend music. He played his guitar with a bowstring. Anyway, skipping prom. String? Well, I meant to say like, a bow from like a cello or something.
Yeah.
He shoots an arrow with his guitar.
That's Ted Nugent.
Did he do that?
God, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
I could see that.
It's fucking whack.
He's
whack as fuck.
He's a hunting musician, so I guess you want to combine your two loves.
Yeah. I think he's got cat scratch fever, so.
Well, yeah. Right. One way or another, he definitely has it.
All right. Should we do? All right, that's a good closer. Let's get out of here. That was
all right. It's been fun.
No, let's continue on.
Later.
Still, skipping prom to watch The Social Network, a movie starring Jesse Eisenberg.
We were well beyond prom at that point.
Yes, we were. But you and your best friend deciding in 2012 that you were going to get tattoos that said, "I'm not sad anymore," when Larry was confirmed.
What?
Who?
Larry.
Fucking Larry.
Larry, he's been confirmed. Does that mean like, you go to your confirmation, like that type of confirmed? I imagine that's what that means.
That's the only thing my brain went to.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be, tattoos that say I'm not going to be sad anymore is so sad.
That is an embarrassing life moment. Lastly, constantly singing and performing in talent shows despite having a god-awful voice.
Did they get the tattoos, do you think?
I think they did.
They
decided that they were going to get tattoos,
but
I don't know that they actually went through with it.
I don't know if you could consider it an embarrassing moment in your life if you just decided to, but then didn't go through with it.
Right.
I think in order for it to be heralded as an embarrassing moment, you had to have gone through with getting the tattoos.
The thought might just be embarrassing.
Even more embarrassing, you both agree to get one. You go get one. Your friend backs out.
Yeah,
right.
That's rough.
Should I say ex-friend?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
this guy Larry has a lot of pull over people, I think.
He does.
He got confirmed.
He knows just how to pull it. Pull it.
And these two other people decided that moment was going to prompt them to get a stupid tattoo, matching stupid tattoos.
I just
want to meet Larry is all I'm saying.
Yeah, let's go with Larry, dude. I'm going Larry because
Yeah, I
Wait,
can't go with
I
Larry.
don't
I'm
most
sorry.
relate to this. Sorry, never mind. I forgot what the question was.
Right.
I'm gonna go with the Wizard Rock, just based on the fact that I think Wizard Rock would be, to me, is because I don't know what it really is. It'd be listening to Zeppelin.
I already chose Wizard Rock, and I don't want to have the same thing as you.
Can
I go back?
do whatever
I don't think I can go
man.
back.
You can. I can change my answer if you'd like.
No, you don't have to.
Yeah, we're going with Wizard Rock.
Wizard Rock.
Oh, this one should be quick and easy.
Let me answer my thing first. Oh, golly. I don't relate to any of these. I went to prom.
That's the problem.
I guess maybe the not knowing how to take a shot part, because I have barely taken any shots in my life. I guess that's the most relatable for me.
Yeah.
Choose your zodiac sign. Do you want me to read them? Just choose your zodiac sign.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
We're good.
I'm a Libra.
I'm a Scorpio.
I'm a Pisces.
Oh my God.
You know how, my son's a Pisces. You know how some of these types of quizzes, they'll have like a question like this where it kind of maybe is what really guides the final answer? Because this is not anything. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, next. Pick a song from my country playlist.
Oof.
Ode to Billy Joe by Bobby Gentry. Walkin' After Midnight by Patsy Cline. Two Doors Down by Dolly Parton. Follow Your Arrow by Casey Musgraves. Perhaps written by Ted Nugent himself.
I hope so.
Better Get to Livin' by Dolly Parton.
Ooh, $2.
And Harper Valley PTA by Jenny C. Riley.
Do you guys think that Bobby Gentry is talking about Billy Joe Armstrong?
That'd be awesome.
That would be the most likely scenario.
I think the song may have come out before Billy Joe.
Billy Joe
was.
Do you think Billy
either
Joe
famous
Armstrong
or
was
at least
named
maybe
after
even
the
alive?
song?
Could be. That could be.
I think that Bobby Gentry is a wizard of sorts also. And so he uses his powers to tell the future. And this song is about punk rock legend Billy Joe Armstrong. So I'm going to choose that one.
That's a good idea.
I don't really know these songs very well at all. I think Harper Valley PTA might be the only one on this list that I've heard Walking After Midnight. Well, I'm going to go with Walking After Midnight. Yeah.
I'm going to go with Follow Your Arrow because I believe out of this list, Casey Musgraves is the most relevant artist currently.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe Dolly Parton, I think, is probably
say more than Dolly Parton.
I guess excluding Dolly Parton. I don't think anyone's ever going to.
Two of the songs are Dolly Parton.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Dolly Parton plays
know that.
a diamond-encrusted saxophone on stage.
It's encrusted on the inside, too. Remarkably, it does not affect the sound.
Awful.
Yeah. Because, those are designed so that the sound can travel through the instrument and come out the other end. Like, all that ricocheting and refracting, it sounds like she's bleeding internally when she plays it.
I feel like a diamond-encrusted saxophone is something that Suzanne Summers might be selling on the Home Shopping Network.
Zirconia at best.
Yeah,
but still, yeah. And the metallic, the metal used is probably something like tin.
Really?
It's Suzanne Summers.
Yeah,
she goes cheap.
Yeah, I hear that.
Make low, sell high. That's what she says. Wiggle my finger. Anyway, question 6 of 10. Choose an alternate love language that's really just one of the original ones disguised if we're being real.
Stupid.
I know.
Reworded.
Making them playlists. Hands.
Yep.
Not getting ahead in a TV show you're watching together. Cooking for them or writing love letters.
Hands.
Aw.
Hands.
You chose my answer.
Oh, come on. It's hands.
It's always hands, but you chose hands, I'm going to choose writing love letters.
This is the weirdest wording of a question I think I've ever heard.
It really is.
Yeah, it's not really even a question.
I'm going to do the playlist one, I guess.
All right. Well, you are in a band.
I am in a band.
Making mixtapes.
We'll talk more about that later.
More about that later.
More about that after the break. All right, question 7. If you had to watch one of these romantic movies right now, which would you choose?
Ooh.
Bring It On, Sleepless in Seattle, Crazy Stupid Love, When Harry Met Sally, Pride and Prejudice, the 2005 version.
Oh, of course.
Or About Time.
Sorry guys, I got to go with our boy T. Hanks here. Take a little sleepless in Seattle.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Old T. Hanks.
keeping it T. Hanks style up in here.
That's what his chums call him.
Yeah.
All right, well, then I will go with Billy Crystal.
Nice.
When
That
Harry
would have been
Met
my
Sally.
second choice, When Harry Met Sally.
Which, yes, that's my answer.
Is Bring
Third
It On
choice.
the one about cheerleaders?
Yeah, third choice, Bring It On, starring
I think that's what
Kirsten
I'm going to
Dunst.
go with.
All right, we got our answers. All right, number 8. Which one of my horrible fast food orders would you absolutely kill for and bring the body to a hardware store right now? $1 mini chicken quesadilla melts from Taco Bell, chicken nuggets with Chick-fil-A sauce, McDonald's McChicken, Wendy's chocolate frosty, chicken littles from KFC, or I'm vegetarian/vegan, too good for fast food, or disgusted by these options.
So the last one is basically, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Sure, fuck you, for sure.
I'm going to go with the $1 mini chicken quesadilla melts from Taco Bell
That's a solid choice.
because I'm really hungry and I'll eat anything.
I'm going to go with a Frosty.
Frosty's a good choice.
Yeah.
I would go Chicken Littles from KFC, but in the mindset of like the old school Chicken Littles from like the late 90s, early 2000s when they were way better than they are now.
I will cop to
They
something.
were like
here.
little chicken sliders. They were awesome.
Oh, I was just going to say, I don't know what these are.
Oh, they were so great. Now they're just like a, like just a little like chicken sandwich on like a tiny
Bread.
little hoagie. But
Mm.
back in the day, they were like almost like a little chicken slider and they were awesome.
That sounds tasty.
They were so good.
All right, everyone. Number 9. Choose a HGTV show based on its host or hosts. The weirdly antagonistic and very scripted people on Love It or List It. Designed star not only the best host, Clive Pierce, but great judges Rip. I don't know what that whole sentence means.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know. But anyway,
Is
design
because he's
star.
dead or what?
Well, it says
Did they take that dude to a hardware store?
maybe severed arm and
Yeah.
all. But it does say
Ripped him on a
great
table saw.
judges, though. Maybe
These
They-
HGTV stars spend a lot of time in hardware stores. I think that they'd have
yeah.
enough of a
They
hookup
got-
to be able to dispose of a body
yeah,
Hell yeah.
they got the connections and the money.
and the money.
You know, no one does
You
this
just
for
gotta
cheap.
follow the trail of money, honestly.
Yep. They insist on having a paper trail. The annoying divorced couple from Flip or Flop.
Mhm.
Oh, they are annoying.
They
One
are.
of the
seen that
one
show.
of the
It's
500 shows hosted by the Property Brothers.
They're even more annoying.
They're so like
Yeah.
charming and friendly though, and they're Canadian friendly.
Yeah.
They accept Canadians. Anyway, Fixer
I don't know.
Upper.
Yeah, they kind of bug me because it's like, we're the same, but we're also different. It's like
Right?
the whole thing.
I'm
I have
slightly
short
thinner.
hair and I have long hair, but now we both have short hair.
I wear
How do you
suits.
tell us apart?
I'm wearing a flannel. and
I'm the
have a-
demo. I'm the demo guy, but somehow never have a single bead of sweat on me.
Right.
And I'm the
My
guy that
hair
signs
is
the
always
paperwork.
perfect.
Yeah, I know. They're so. You know why they were picked to host that show.
Yeah.
I don't think it was more
Good
so their
looks.
skill. Yeah.
Jerks.
Let's see. Fixer Upper, before you found out how conservative Chip and Joanna are. I have yet to find out, so I might still pick that choice.
Oh,
Um,
I mean, his name is Chip.
yeah, I know. That's a dead giveaway. Joanna, that crosses the aisle. That name crosses the aisle. But Chip is far right for sure. House Hunters, but back when it was hosted by Suzanne Wang. I don't know who hosts it currently, and I don't know who Suzanne
Is
Wang
there a
is.
host on the House Hunters? It's
Yeah.
just a voiceover.
It was Suzanne
Maybe that's
Wang.
it. Maybe they're just referring to the narrator.
No, there was an actual woman that would bring people to 3 different houses, even though, like, prior to the show actually happening, they had already purchased the
They already
house.
picked, yeah.
Oh, but there was a person on there at one point?
There still is, I believe. It's just
Well, they were
somebody
always
else
led
now.
around to each property by somebody. I didn't realize it
Yeah.
was the same
No,
person
it's a
every
realtor.
time.
It's not the same person. Not on
One.
House Hunters.
That's what they'd have you
100%.
believe.
You guys have no fucking clue what you're talking about. Don't try to school me on House Hunters.
Wow.
I bet
I
my
will die on
Wang.
this hill.
I,
I bet my Suzanne Wang on it.
strike me down and sever my arm if I'm incorrect.
Is it one? Is it Wang? Is it Wang? Because it has an H. Is it one of those that's pronounced with the H sound in it?
Huang?
Is it? Yeah. Is it more Huang? Suzanne Huang.
Suzanne Huang, show me the next house.
I'm 100% on the Wang train. So or ride that Wang train into the.
I'm going to
into
go with
question 10.
the dead judges.
Very
Oh,
good.
yeah.
I don't think I've ever
it's
seen this show, but I just love that
it's a
sentence
good
makes
choice
I think for
to follow the death theme.
I think for the aspect of variety, I'm going to go with one of the 500 shows hosted by the Property Brothers.
Nice.
You would.
I mean, I do. I mean, they're kind of my hall pass.
Oh shit! Sean wants to double team the fucking Property Brothers.
He wants to get double teamed.
I want to get. I want to get demoed, and I want to cross the T's and dot the I's all over me.
He wants the smooth brother to get him in the front door. You know what I mean?
Smooth brother. Smooth. Anyway,
and the rough brother.
All right, here's the most wordy question here. The question itself is not, but the okay.
Oh,
Pick a funny tweet.
Oh, okay. If anything is consistent on this show, when something says it's funny on the internet, it's not going to be. So be prepared for none of these to be funny tweets. In
our sophisticated comedy opinions, that is.
Yeah.
To the general public,
these might be to the
lower bar,
less sophisticated.
Well, anyway, we love our listeners.
With less comedy chops than us.
We love our listeners. Anyway, I've never related more to a fictional character more than I relate to Donkey from Shrek. Talks too much, sings during sentences for no reason, a little annoying, but for some reason, you still let him hang around.
I've never related more to a fictional character more.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That's what's funny.
Should I not read the rest we've all picked? Anyway, next one. I met Stephen King at a bar once. I told him, "You have given me so many nightmares." He just walked away without saying anything. Next day, I told my friend, who was there, "Stephen King is kind of a dick." He said, "That wasn't him, and you really hurt that guy's feelings." Funny. Choice number 3. I knew I was gay when I was at a girls' sleepover aged 8, and one of the girls asked me who my celebrity crush was, and I genuinely couldn't think of a man, so panicked and said Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Okay.
Choice number 4. If you're arguing loudly on your phone in public, please put it on speaker. I need to hear both sides of the story to know whose side I am on. Next choice. If anyone tries to tell you your dreams are unachievable, just remember I have crashed my dirt bike into all 7 wonders of the world.
That's not true.
Next choice. As I drove out of the petrol station, I noticed a really good-looking lad filling up his car. Matt might know this tweet. He's gesturing.
No, I'm just thinking of the previous one, because isn't the what's the fucking big hole in the ground at
the Grand Canyon?
The Grand Canyon. Isn't that one of the 7 wonders of the world?
The big hole in the ground.
I couldn't think of what it was called.
I think it probably is.
So you can't crash your dirt bike into that and then tweet about it later.
Yeah, that was tweeted real time.
Yeah,
it was mid crash. He hit tweet right as
it was very
impact.
very calm and collected while tweeting that.
Well,
and falling to your peril. All right, sorry. Start over with the last one.
Start over.
The one you were just on.
As I drove out of the petrol station, I noticed a really good-looking lad filling up his car. For some weird reason, and completely against how I normally behave, I blew him a kiss, then proceeded to drive straight into the back of a taxi.
Oh, hilarious.
Last hilarious tweet. No, the favorite didn't win everything it should have. Yes, I stepped into my buckled-heeled shoes this morning, put on my powdered wig, and moved on with my life. It's all we can do.
I don't understand that one at all.
Yeah. It's hilarious, though.
Other than somebody from the 1800s tweeted, because who wears powder wigs and buckled shoes?
It's a no to the my favorite
tricorner hat.
I think the first part is to be broken up. I think the first part is to be broken up this way. No, the favorite didn't win everything. It should have. Yes, I stepped into my buckled heel shoe. I think it's like they're upset
Who's
that
the favorite. What the hell are we talking about?
I don't know.
John Adams, of course. Back in the time frame where there's buckled shoes and powdered wings, I imagine that the favorite was John Adams.
Maybe this was actually had a lot to do with Aaron Burr and Alexander Hamilton.
You know what?
Whoa.
You're onto something.
Favorite didn't win.
You're on to something.
Okay.
Yeah.
God, this is like, which turd do you pick here?
I'm picking the Seven Wonders of the World one because it's such a bold, hilarious claim.
I guess I'm going to go with the, if you're arguing loudly on your phone in public, please put it on speaker. I need to hear both sides of the story to know whose side I'm on. That's at least kind of funny.
That's the only coherent one of these.
Yeah, it's at least kind of like, oh yeah, it's a funny thought, because you hear people arguing on their phone all the time, and you're just like, I wonder what that's all about.
Right.
Sometimes it's fun to make up the other side on your own, though.
Yeah, just pretend it's like a really calm and collected person on the other end.
And stand really close to them and say what you think the responses are.
Yeah.
Loudly enough for them to hear it. I'm
going to go with Andrew Lloyd Webber.
There you go.
I don't know why I'm drawn to that one, other than it's just like it's a musical theater joke. And, I'm going to go with the playwright, I think. Maybe I'm gay. I don't know.
Yeah. Did you know you were gay at a girl's sleepover age
8?
Why did it say girls sleepover? Like, it's weird because I'm trying to figure out what the gender is here, because when they specify now,
I'm assuming it's a girl because they panicked, didn't want people to know she was gay. So she said a boy's name, and all she could think of was Andrew Lloyd Webber. Because if you're like hiding, if you're trying to like hide that you're gay, and you're a boy and you say Andrew Lloyd Webber, you're not. It's hard to hide it at that point. Like, you've just said a boy's name,
and not that this necessarily determines anything, but I believe the person who created this quiz is named Dyke Magic.
Well, there you go. That does play into the decision making there a little bit.
It does.
I've just felt that when they stipulated that it was a girls' sleepover, to me that makes it like, to add that detail makes it seem like it was a boy at a girls' sleepover. Anyway, that's the one I'm going with.
And that's when they discovered, like, I don't like these women at all. It's very nice of them to invite me, but
is Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yeah, and Cats. I think that's one of his, right?
Sure. I don't know. You got me.
I don't know.
All right, we got it.
Drum roll results. Okay.
I haven't clicked next. Oh no.
So what was this quiz called again?
Which embarrassing life moment of mine are you?
Oh.
So we're going to find out what embarrassing life moment of this person's life that we are.
Okay. This person we don't know at all.
Right.
Is this person British?
I believe so.
They keep saying petrol.
They did say petrol, so that makes me think.
Favorite had the letter E at the end of it.
That's true. It did.
They talked about a powdered wig, which I assume they still wear in Britain.
In Britain? Yeah.
Or sorry, favorite had the letter U in it. I also had E at the end of it, like a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Well, I agreed. I agreed right along with it. Like, yes, it had the letter E. Yes. It must be British. It's the British form of favorite.
Yeah. Well, I'm this person's mom, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Your mom showing everyone she knows a video you made as a joke of you singing All Star at 18.
All
so
right.
It says do you want me to read the paragraph underneath it too?
Do you want to?
Sure. I recorded a video of myself singing All Star by Smash Mouth and posted it on YouTube to share with my friends as a joke because I knew I had an awful singing voice and thought it would be funny. My mom somehow found my YouTube channel and showed the video to my family and people in her office because she thought it was hilarious. It took me months to find this out and I deleted the video. What this said about you. You love to entertain the people you love at whatever cost to you. That's actually fucking super true. You're the first person to drag yourself when you do something embarrassing. That's pretty true as well. You probably can't sing very well. Not fucking true. And you have made peace with that. I sing like a beautiful little young prepubescent angel of a boy.
Yes.
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Well, we all learned a little something about Matt Schlegel today.
A little prepubescent something.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I got explaining an entire season of HGTV Design Star to the person I sat next to in homeroom in 7th grade.
Oh, that's typical. Classic
Just
Sean.
me. I mean, you guys remember me in 7th grade. That's all I was talking about.
Yeah, Home Improvement. No,
I mean, Design Star. Ooh. Not Home Improvement, Design Star.
Not the show Home Improvement, but Home Improvements.
Although, to be more real time with our own lives, it would be more appropriate for me to be talking about the show Home Improvement back then versus the show that probably
Randy's my favorite.
Yeah. More power. It was the first week of 7th grade, and David Bromstad, what a box, I ad-libbed that part, had just won HGTV Design Star. I was psyched and had spent the entire summer watching the show with my mom. Now, they don't say mum.
Oh.
Okay.
Not British, maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
And do they have, do they call the same grades the same, or are they different?
I think they do say like grade 7. They don't say like 7th grade. I think they say like grade 7.
Right.
Okay.
I think.
I think the biggest difference is college versus university.
Right.
Right. Okay.
And going on vacation versus going on holiday.
Holiday.
Mhm.
Wang.
Wang.
Huang and I went on a delightful holiday. We used the loo. Let's see. The person I sat next to had absolutely no interest in this show and had to listen to me over the course of a week explain the season to her. We never spoke to each other again after that fateful time. What this says about you: you love to share your passions with others, regardless of their interest level. Find someone that cherishes this about you and is interested because it's you sharing, even if they don't care about the subject.
It's just like you like sharing stuff, even if people don't give a shit.
Pretty much, that's what they're saying about me. And
You just like to talk, and people are just like, whatever.
I need to find the person that will appreciate it, not because of what I'm sharing, but because
Right.
it's me sharing something.
Yeah.
That's
Like
what I
what you're
need to
telling
find
me
in this
is
life.
the most boring crap in
drab.
the world, but
It's
man,
drab.
I appreciate
But
that you're doing it.
That takeaway though is weird because this person said something, talked for a week to another person
Correct.
about something that they didn't care about, and then
Factual.
never talked to them again.
Factual, yes.
Right.
So the through line on that story is completely false in this.
Well,
Right.
in the actual.
So what they're saying is, in this example, the person did not cherish them sharing. And so they are not the person that's right for them in life. They're saying, don't be ashamed of sharing what you are passionate about. Just find the person that will appreciate it no matter what you
I think it's more
share.
so that this person is a complete fucking narcissist that made a quiz about their embarrassing moments and now is trying to use it for some reason as a way for you to enrich your own life.
Yeah. Like, here's my life advice based on
They're also
my experience.
And are
an
you
emotional
that are
terrorist.
dumb.
They just show up and dump a bunch of shit on people until they leave. Like, what in the world?
And you're relating me to this type of a person. Is that what
No,
you're
Sean,
saying?
not everything's about you.
But
yeah.
what you're getting at is it's about me, right?
What you're
And how
you're
I relate to
saying
this
is-
narcissistic info dumper.
What you're saying is this person is the 9/11 of people.
And
Yes, that's exactly.
that's a wow.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say here.
That's a nickname I would not want to stick.
Oh God, no.
So my result was falling on top of the person you were too embarrassed to ask for help in 8th grade Spanish class.
This person's been through some shit.
Yeah, it all happened in about a span of 2 years.
Right?
I was so afraid of annoying the person next to me in 8th grade Spanish class that instead of asking him to pick up the pencil I dropped onto the floor, I attempted to reach down and get it myself. In the process, the whole desk flipped over and fell onto him and his desk, which only caused to annoy him more than asking him to get my pencil ever would have.
That's a bold
Duh.
assumption. Bold assumption.
4 years after this incident, we became best friends, and he does not remember this happening.
Because I hit him in the head with my desk.
I have attached a picture of the type of desk it was for reference, so you understand what I was reaching down on the right side of the desk. I thought everybody got
Who
an idea.
cares? So that you believe me.
That's why I could not get the pencil easily. What this means for you: you tend to tiptoe around other people because you're anxious and afraid of upsetting anybody. You go out of your way to avoid conflict. It's important to remember that other people are, just like you, wrapped up in themselves and not clocking every mistake you make. So, okay,
What?
so now I'm being called a narcissist.
Yeah,
Right.
they're claiming narcissism because
Claiming
saying
you're wrapped up in
everyone's-
yourself because you're more worried about what other people might think.
It sounds like being polite. Like they don't really like you being polite, this person.
Yeah.
Just be your
Look,
true
just say
self,
what's on your
man,
mind.
regardless
It's
of how
better to be
people feel.
rude than to be hidden away in your own feelings all the time.
So
Yeah.
I will say these two answers track because in 7th grade, they talked this person's ear off for a week about a show they didn't like.
Right.
And that person didn't talk to them anymore. In 8th grade, they're afraid of annoying the person that sits next to them. They learned from their past experience.
Right.
And they changed their behavior based on that.
Yeah,
So,
but they also flipped
This
it
quiz
down.
is 100% legit.
Yeah. Sounds great.
Like, I just want to know what the impetus of making this quiz was. Like, why did this person decide that the world needed this?
Because they're,
Yeah.
they're the 9/11 of people.
Yeah,
that's
if
true.
you're listening to this, Dyke Magic, please contact us and let us know why. Jesus Christ. Well, that was a fun romp into
John, how
somebody's
did you
brain.
find this?
Well, I was just searching various types of quiz options, and I searched "How embarrassing am I?" quiz, and then that was like one of the. If you scroll down a little bit, that was one of the hits that came up. I'm like, oh, this looks like it could be interesting. I will say, when I found the quiz, I took it, had different answers than this time, got the same result. So it might be the Zodiac question.
It might
that
just be based fully on the Zodiac question.
It
All
might
the
be
other
based
questions
fully
are
on
just
the
red
Zodiac.
herrings.
The test for each of you, like on your own time, is if you want to go through it again and with different answers, but the Zodiac answer being the same. If you get the same result, that would be proof positive, I think.
Yeah. Interesting. Oh, you can share your results on Facebook or Twitter or more.
Or more, yeah.
You can
They
retake
won't
the
allow me
quiz.
to put the chair picture into the chat for some reason.
I assume it's just a typical school desk with like the
Yep.
bar on the side, and that's probably why they couldn't reach down.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Yeah.
It's got the little book rack on the bottom.
Yep.
It was gross. It was gross.
It's got blue
Typical
seating surfaces and a tan desk surface.
seating surfaces, multiple seating surfaces.
Well, yeah, there's a
One
back
chair?
rest and a butt rest.
Oh,
I
okay.
see.
And the rest is like chrome.
Yeah, it's a typical school desk.
They didn't
This-
have school stools like back in my day.
School stools.
So speaking of stools in school, remember
Oh.
the poop Nazi?
Yep.
Great segue.
Yeah.
I do remember. I don't
I'm
know if
sure we've mentioned him on here before.
I think we have. I don't. Did they ever find out who it was, or did someone?
I think there's.
Did someone come forward?
I think there was. I mean, I don't necessarily want to say the person's name on here,
Yeah, that's probably a bad call. Yeah.
but
I think I have a name in my head.
is it a MB?
Correct?
Yeah.
It is an
So
SB.
I think it was a lot of that name went around as a person that maybe
A person of
possibly
interest.
confessed to it later on, sort of thing.
Yeah, I think that they might have.
They confessed to it?
Like
I think
well
much
after
later,
high school. I
like
think
much later.
Yeah, but
they're like,
still,
"He was
I mean, I
right."
feel like it gets worse with time.
Yeah,
It's not like something where you can be where like
you
you
don't-
fell on somebody in
if you don't
Spanish
clean
class.
it.
This is where you wipe shit on the walls of the bathroom.
right. It was
Speaking of,
allegedly it was animal feces. Allegedly,
So that makes it worse, dude. You brought it in.
yeah. Like you collected this. You
Yeah.
cultivated some shit outside of school
Yeah.
and brought it.
Yeah, you sourced some feces and brought it into school so that you could write on the walls anti-Semitic effigies.
I don't know if it was ever actual. Sean's trying to say something, but
no,
paused way too
I was
long,
trying
so
to think
went.
of something to say. And
But I don't know if there was ever anything actually written on the walls that was anti-Semitic or Nazi
Well,
related.
is the
I think it was
swastika
just
in and of its nature, in and of itself, a anti-Semitic
I mean,
symbol? I mean,
it's
not
an- it's just
originally.
that well,
Right,
agreed,
right,
agreed,
yeah,
not
right.
originally, but I mean, in today's
I think now Nazi member or having swastikas on anything is very, very bad. Like it's illegal to like have something with Nazi with a swastika on it.
Match
like a
Legal's hot
swastika
take.
means like unity and harmony, right? But like I think what I don't think that the fecal phantom, as he was known, was really trying to unify the student body with his
Right.
action. And I
Yeah,
am saying him. I don't know if it was a woman who snuck into the men's room.
As far as we know, it was a man. If this person is the actual person, so we can say
If-
it once we're not recording.
if
anymore.
you're listening, Poop Nazi,
yeah, please email us.
send us an email at highschoolfamous@gmail.com. Let us know, what was your motivation behind those acts
Yeah,
back in our High school days.
And that got around too, because there was people from other schools.
Oh,
that
other
would be
schools.
like,
Yeah,
oh,
it
was that you were the school with the poop Nazi? We're like, how the fuck do you know about that shit?
And I was getting so pissed off because it's like Matt and I are supposed to be the famous ones here at this school, and this poop Nazi thing went viral before you could go viral, and it outshined, it overshadowed our accomplishments.
Bullshit.
I know. Well, it might have been.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Although I don't know. Yeah, I guess there were a lot of farmers around, so maybe they were bringing like a cow pie in.
Could have been.
Right.
Could have been. Could have been. Could have been.
Could have been.
Could have been.
Could have been.
You know, I don't know. I just come. I might be sick. Could have been. I don't know.
Could have been anything.
It could be. I mean, like a sore throat and a little cough and runny nose. I don't know.
Clearly, if I'm in
Not sure what it is.
school, I'm a little sick, but it's a different kind of sick.
You know.
Well,
This is the dumbest thing we've ever done.
So, hey, anyways, Matt, you got anything you wanna plug? Anything?
You want to mention the name of your
you,
band? Where can we hear your band?
you can hear my band anywhere you stream music, and the name of that band is Blinded by Stereo.
Binded, not bound. Binded by
Yeah,
Stereo.
Blinded.
You say blinded?
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, not
Not
bound.
bound. It's not like a kinky thing. It's
not binded.
I thought he said binded. Okay, he said blinded, not blound.
not blound.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blinded by Stereo, and we play rock and roll music.
Nice.
Oh, rock and roll.
Do they
Is
still
that
call
new?
it that?
Rock and or roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like rock and or roll.
Rock and
Yeah,
roll.
so you should check us out. We have a vinyl record.
Oh
We-
wow,
we-
you are old school. A rock and roll vinyl record, you say?
Mhm.
Were the
Yes.
liner notes typed on a typewriter?
Tom
Vintage.
Hanks did it for us.
Oh, in the
Ooh.
loo of all places.
He was sitting in the loo, typing the liner notes.
What a guy.
Yeah.
He had
He
to
is
do
nice.
each one
I-
individually for each vinyl.
Each pressed copy, yes.
Hand typed by Tom Hanks.
Uncredited. He didn't even credit himself as he
Yeah.
was typing it.
Yeah. We
Such
asked
a
him-
humble lad.
Well, we didn't want to ride those coattails, just like I didn't want to ride your high school fame. So we asked
Right.
him to
Withhold
to
that.
sit this one out. You're famous enough.
He used
Tom Hanks.
a
Yeah.
he used a pen name, perhaps.
Thanks.
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Hank Toms.
Andrew Lloyd Webber. Whang.
Huang. Yeah, that's signed Huang.
Suzanne Wang.
Suzanne Huang.
Whang.
I met her on holiday at the petrol station. Yeah,
I rear-ended her taxi.
that was more like a newsman than a British person.
Yeah, like a 20s
Yeah.
radio host.
What a scoop. Yeah, so your band is Blinded by Stereo. Get it wherever music is gotten.
Yes.
And you have a vinyl.
Yes.
How many? And it's categorized as rock and roll, you say?
Yes.
So
there
children,
a-
rock and roll is a
Is
type
there
of music.
a
What-
blindedbystereo.com or a
There is
Facebook?
blindedbystereo.com that will take you to a link tree because I don't know how to make a website.
Very
Fantastic.
good. We don't have a website.
Yes.
We will put all this information in the show notes, so
Yes,
anyone
so
can just access all of your link
That's
tree.
excellent. Yeah, you can follow us on Instagram as well
Oh, shit.
at Blinded by Stereo.
What the?
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
Gotta put that in
groundbreaking
there.
stuff here, gents.
This is ballsy.
We're no one's ever thought to do that before.
No, I mean, we should definitely get one
We
of
should
those.
start up an Instagram.
Holy shit. Yeah.
I mean,
So
I'm
go
sure
check them
the,
out.
the link tree will have all of this information. I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yes?
I believe so. There
Very
was
good.
somebody wrote an article about us that's linked
Oh.
in there in the link tree.
Oh, you've made you made
go to our
headlines.
streaming, and you can buy our record all from www.blindedbystereo.com.
Fantastic.
You don't say.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Oh,
So
yeah.
everybody, go do that. Check them out. That's good people.
And that was 3 W's, correct? You said 3 W's?
Yeah, World Wide Web. Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
wow, is that what that means?
Oh. The acronym for World Wide Web. I never knew that.
Really?
Oh, of course I did.
Sean took a typing class. He's well aware.
Of
He's well
course. Yes. 70 words
We all
per
took
minute, they
internet
said.
classes back in the day.
Yes, we all. I had Mr. Fossum.
In typing class?
Or was it Rossum?
I think it was
Rossum, I
Rossum,
think.
and I didn't even have them. But the name sounds more
Rossum. There's another person who went to our school with the last name Fossum. I think that's why I confused it.
You guys knew two people with the last name that rhymes with awesome?
Correct. Actually,
Apparently.
no, both of the people I know, their last name rhymed with possum.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Totally different.
You must be thinking about someone
That's-
else.
Yeah, that's different.
Yes, I knew a Fossum and a Rossum, and it was possum.
It was possum. Is it possum or opossum?
Here in the States, it's possum.
Okay.
But they're in the loo.
That's not even a joke.
I know. It certainly didn't sound like one.
And possums
They're
are
two different animals.
I think they're in the marsupial family.
They're marsupials.
Yeah.
Correct.
They have a pouch.
Rather hideous looking
But
creatures.
Possums and opossums are two different things.
Are they really?
Yes.
How?
They're two different. There's animals that are called possums and then animals that are called opossums, and they live in completely different parts of the world.
Oh.
Which one
I
was
think
the
one's
story?
Australia and one's here in the States, I believe.
Which one was the story Opossum My Possum written after?
That'd be the opossum.
Got it.
Yeah.
Jerry Opossum.
Jerry.
Gerald. Oh, he went by Gerald.
Oh, sorry.
Formerly.
Yeah.
Formally? Yeah.
When he was a kid, it was Jerry.
Jerry, yeah.
Yeah.
Jerry.
A young spunk.
No, he was an opossum.
He was an opossum, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah. Wow, how embarrassing for me.
Jerry O.
It's a
Possum.
much different thing.
Yes.
Ugh.
Yeah, spunk is a different
As Sean learned the hard way.
You want to offer up young spunk. You don't want to try to deliver old,
Depends on how young.
crusted
This is
spunk.
It
getting-
can't be too young.
Yeah, guys, this is on record, so we might want to watch where we're treading here.
Treading. We're going to tread right through
I'm
the.
not going to cut it.
We're treading. We're treading right through the seas of spunk.
If anything, I'm going to make it louder.
Sailing the seas of spunk.
If anything, you're going to amplify this part.
Yeah. It's going to be
Turn
louder.
it up.
You need to make it louder.
That's a
But
really good
still,
idea.
still a
Sean
very,
likes young spawn.
still a very subtle zing.
Every
Very
time
subtle
somebody
thing.
says spunk, you should put like a huge like reverb trail on it.
Oh, fuck. I got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Wait, no. You
Reverb
don't
the
have to do everything he says. Cue the turkey gobble.
No, I'm definitely not doing that.
Okay.
Turkey gobble.
I'm so tired of that stupid turkey gobble. It is not coming back. It'll
It's
probably be
dead.
there. It'll probably be there.
Thanksgiving has come and gone. The turkey gobble is no more.
Yeah, but that turkey's got legs, man.
Sure does.
Hey-o.
I don't get it.
See you
All
next
right.
Tuesday.
Yeah, see you next Tuesday.
All right, bye.
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 If you have a question, complaint, or threat for Sean or Matt, you can reach us on TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at hsfamouspod, or you can email the show at highschoolfamous@gmail.com. No animals were pleasured during the making of this podcast, despite our best efforts. All hail our Lord and Savior.
I knew I was gay.